Sheikh, I have a question regarding riba. First of all, I was wondering what is the purpose that we cannot involve in riba, especially when you buy one house. And then to the next question, which is we have other kind of Islamic banking financial solutions like musharaka and these things, and doesn't the client get the same problems in these kind of finance as he would if he had a riba-based loan?
Yeah. Okay. Now, why can't we be involved in riba? Yeah. See. I hope that I have the diagram. You know, they said that the more you put riba, yeah, in the system, the more inflation will increase. And this is a very strong theory that has been proven by many economists. They said, okay, that if you borrow 100 pounds or krone and you want to pay it as 120 krones, where does this 20 krones, where do they come from? Yeah, they have to come from somewhere. Agreed? So where do these 20 krones come from? If you say, what will happen normally, what will happen? You will say that these 20 krones, I will work or I will invest this 100 krone that I have borrowed from this bank, I will invest them, and then they will what? They will increase, so I will pay the bank 120 krones. So I will create the 220 krones. Okay, this is what people will say. But when the person borrows the 100 krone in order to invest it, let us say that he invested in properties. The prices of the properties will increase because the banks have put up the interest rate. Yeah, put it up. So the money that I have taken, which is the 120 krones, in fact, they came from the banks themselves. So when I return the 120 krones to the bank, in fact, I have not generated 20 krones. I have not generated that, but it is the inflation rate or the increase of the prices. So the more I borrow from the banks, the more I help the inflation to increase. Yes? So in fact, I did not generate 20 krones. In fact, those 20 krones, I have paid them in another way, which is through the inflation system. I hope that it is clear. Okay, I'm sure that it is not clear for many people. I hope if I have that diagram to explain the circle. In a nutshell, the money does not generate money. Yeah? The 100 krones that I have taken, I have to return them as 120 krones. Where does this amount, the 20 krones, where do they come from? Yes? Is it clear? So it has to come from somewhere. And it is money. Money cannot be generated by money. Money can be generated by some other activities in isolation from the financial system. So if they came within the financial system, means the financial system has taken them from me in order to give them to me, in a nutshell. So this is about the riba. The other point, about Islamic finance, and we see the same problems that exist within the conventional market. See, if we apply Islamic finance correctly, we will not see those problems that we see in the conventional system. For example, you mentioned musharaka. The mortgage system, I don't know if you have a mortgage system to buy properties here. Do you have it in Norway? Yes. The mortgage system, how it works, yeah? You go to the bank in order to buy this property. Yeah? This property cash is 1,000, let us say 100,000 crowns. Yes? You go to the bank will pay to the landlord 100,000 crowns and will take from you 120,000 crowns. Yes? So you will pay the bank 120,000 crowns over 20 years. That is the system, yes? Yeah? In the middle, if you fail, what will happen? The bank will repossess the property and will kick you out, as we said. Yes? Now, in the perfect Islamic model, which is applied by Ansar Finance, what does it say? It says that this is Ansar Finance, which is not a bank. Ansar Finance says to you, okay, this is worth 100,000 kron. Ansar Finance will contribute 80%, and you need to contribute 20%. And then this property will be owned as a joint ownership by Ansar Finance, the bank, yeah, and you. So you will what? Own it. You will own 20% and Ansar Finance owns what? 80%. Then you can increase your ownership, yeah, by buying from Ansar Finance. You might buy, and then you increase your ownership, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%. Imagine you own 60% of the property. Then you lost your job. Okay? You lost your job. You can't pay anymore. Ansar Finance will not repossess the property because it is not theirs only. It is a joint ownership between them and you. Is it clear? And you need to pay rent of what? Of 40%. Not the whole amount. Which is what? A very reduced rate. Yeah? And the ownership will continue, okay, as a joint ownership between you and Ansar Finance. Yeah? And you will be paying rent of 40% only. That is a fantastic solution. And they will never repossess the property. Okay? Now, you might say, what about if I can't pay a rent of 40%? We say that we are not functioning in a perfect Islamic financial system. Had we been functioning in a perfect Islamic financial system, Ansar Finance had to have some charitable funds in order to pay for you if you can't what? If you can't afford your rent. But that we are not operating in a perfect financial system. That's why they don't do this. I hope that it was clear.